A lot of old subscribers know about this, viewers that have been with my channel for a while, but the new subscribers might not know. But when I first moved here in November of 2023, that was one of the first things I wanted to do, was find a church to go to. And it took some searching, you guys. So it took some searching from Thanksgiving or November to, what was it, March or April? Easter. Pretty sure it's April. I'm such a horrible Christian, you guys. But it took me that long to find a church that I actually enjoyed going to. I think I've been thinking about doing a video of, my story and what I went through and the journey that I've been on, because I know I've gained a lot of new subscribers and they might not know. So you guys just let me know. I don't mind telling it. It doesn't, hurt me anymore. That's what's so great about a healing process, is it doesn't even faze me anymore. So, but when I first moved here, and forgive me, it ain't want to work. I swear it wasn't working the other day. Oh well. When I first got here, I started going to the church that I grew up in. Because if you guys don't know, this is the same house that I grew up in, pretty much. I lived here from when I was 7 to when I was 14. And when I first moved back here, I started going to the church that I grew up in. I've got a little blemish right here that I've had for the longest time. And you guys, I don't usually break out like that, but I don't know. I got a little blemish right here that I need to cover up. Oh my goodness. And don't get me wrong, I love all the people at the church I grew up in. I do. I got half of them on my Facebook. But I started going there and I realized it was what you call a dead church. The pastor was, let's just say it was a snooze fest, okay? I didn't feel anything, I didn't feel that spiritual awakening that you're supposed to feel when you go to church. I didn't get that blessing that you're supposed to get when you go to church. And so I started Googling churches around me, and I started going by the reviews. And I guess I can tell you guys the city that this church is in. The Fortunesville Church of God popped up on Google. And I don't know what made me just say, it's got a 4.9 on Google. It's got a lot of good reviews. So let's try it out. And the first time I ever went there was on Easter of last year. If you guys know, if you've ever had that feeling of like being new in class, I didn't know where to sit. It's a huge church. And I found out recently it's one of the top churches in the nation, you guys. So it was very uncomfortable for me at first to be in such a huge church and not know where to sit. But I found a place to sit. I remember now, I'm sorry. A nice lady, when I was going into the church, said, "Good morning, how you doing?" And I said, "I'm doing good." And apparently she knew my dad from way back when, of course. Everybody knows everybody around here. And she was like, why won't you sit with me today? And I thank God for that. I really do. I thank God for that. And I was like, okay. And she sat closer to the front, which I was a little shy about. I usually sit in the back, because being a tall person, I'm always very self-conscious about sitting in front of people. But first they did, the usual, hold on one second. Sorry, I closed my bedroom door and you might hear Jasper opening the door to get out. I just wanted to let you know. I tried to catch him to put him out, but he is a pain in the ass. But I love him. I do. I love Jasper so much. But yeah, she was like, you should sit with me. And so I sat with her and they did the praise and worship first, which I really enjoyed immensely. And try not to make too much noise with this. I hate this thing. No wonder it was only $10. It does not have a cover to it. And I can't stand that. And it's also very noisy. Okay. And so it was Easter Sunday. By the way, I have some more makeup brushes coming in the mail, thank God. So I sat down and the preacher took the podium and I was getting ready for the usual, the stone was rolled away and Jesus is alive type of things. The usual story that I've heard all my life as a Christian. But he didn't teach on that. He teached on Mary Magdalene, of all people, you guys. And let me say, when I first moved here, I used to listen to the song Alabaster Box, if you've ever heard it, all the time, because that is how I felt coming back to Jesus after such a long time. Because when I first moved here, you guys, I was a mess. Spiritually, physically, emotionally, I was a mess. But I used to listen to that song all the time and just cry and cry. So the fact that he teached on Mary Magdalene that day was like a sign for me. It was like I wanted to sit, the person, the lady that I was sitting next to, that offered for me to sit with her. I wanted to look at her and say, he is speaking right to me right now. And that was the first, churches that have it to where you can go to the altar at the end of the sermon just to pray or to give testimonies. So I went to the altar, and that's the first and only time I've been to the altar. And I'll tell you why in 1 second. Hold on 1 second. But while I was there, when I turned around to go back to my seat, that was the first time that I bumped into David. And I've been curious about him ever since that day. But I've been too chicken to actually converse and conversate with him. I'm very shy, you guys. Until recently, when I add him on Facebook, we've talked a few times about our religion. And it's just a breath of fresh air to converse with a born-again Christian. It is. So, yeah. Easter was the first time that I bumped into him. And then just everybody, of course. Do you guys see that? It says 777. This has been happening to me a lot. And it's getting weird, I'm not gonna lie. I found this lipstick while cleaning today, and it's one of my favorite lipsticks, you guys. I love how dark it is. I'm a darker lipstick gal. I'm trying to get this Cupid's bow. That's what my mama calls it, is a Cupid's bow. But I mean, I love the fact that everyone there treats me like family. I love everybody there. I love the pastor's wife. I disclosed to my pastor my story recently about what I went through, and like I told you guys, I'll talk about it in a future video again, so new subscribers can know what I've grown from the ashes of my old life. But ever since then, I've attended there every chance I get. And where are my greens? This is the shirt I'm wearing tomorrow for Wednesday night service. So I'm going to need some green makeup. This one doesn't have any. No, it does, actually. You know, a 7-year-old little girl at Goodwill the other day looked at me and said, I love your makeup. And I just thought that was the sweetest thing I've ever heard. When it comes from a kid, it just hits different. I need a mirror. Yeah, when it comes from a kid, it just hits different. But that's something you guys probably have noticed about me this past year, is that I don't go without makeup that much anymore. Like 90% of the time I will wear makeup. I do not go to work without makeup. And I do not go to church without makeup on. I've watched old videos of myself where I look like a shell of who I am now. It's awful, you guys. I've really contemplated deleting my old videos because I just feel like that's not me anymore. And it hurts a part of me. You know, I feel sorry for that girl in those videos. You know, they talk all the time about, especially, I guess this Get Ready With Me ramble. You know, especially when somebody passes away tragically. Example, Liam Payne. When he passed away, it was like everybody came out of the woodwork. But was anybody there for him when he was alive? Do you know what I'm saying? Matthew Perry, same thing. He passed away completely alone. And I'm just very surprised. And not you guys. Let me just tell you that right now. Didn't notice by my videos how unhappy and depressed I was. Especially, oh my gosh, you guys, I watched my sibling grief video recently. Oh gosh, you guys. I was in a very, 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 very bad place after my brother passed away. Let me tell you that. Very bad place. Very. If you couldn't tell. But just feel so sorry for people like that. That, hold on one second. Hold on. I feel sorry for people like that, where unless they're gone, people just are blind, pretty much. Sorry, hold on one second. I also want to apologize to you guys about my nose has been so dry, and I didn't notice it on my phone, but when I watched it on my TV, I realized I had a piece of dry skin on my nose. And I was like, oh man, I really didn't want to delete it though, but I just wanted to let you guys know it wasn't, it was just dry. Where, oh gosh, I can't wait for winter to be over. Let me just say that, but I'm sorry about that. You guys know how self-conscious I am about my teeth. Let's check the teeth. And my nose when I do videos, so I was like, oh man. But I chose not to delete it, but I want to apologize to you guys now about that. I totally didn't notice it until I watched it on the big screen. But yeah, it is very hard for me to watch old videos of myself. And it's even harder to watch videos from before I met my ex too. Like my mama loves watching that video all the time where I'm saying happy birthday to Gentle Whispering from like 15 years ago. She said it breaks her heart. Breaks my heart too. I just recently became obsessed with eyeliner, you guys. I think it accentuates the eyes so much, and I'm not saying this to sound conceited, but my eyes are one of my favorite parts of myself. The eyes, chica, they don't lie. Me and Paula were debating one day on if my eyes were green or blue, but I had heard all my life that my eyes were blue, but I've noticed that they actually do change color. They can be green one moment and then blue the next. I think it really depends on what I'm wearing, makeup or clothes wise. I have hazel eyes. My brother, my oldest brother, Mike, he has hazel eyes, but his eyes are more brown hazel, because his mama has brown eyes. For some reason, it always gunks up in the corner right here, and I'm trying to make sure it doesn't. Thank God for these makeup wipes, you guys. But yeah, that's definitely one of my favorite parts about myself is my eyes. I need to replenish my makeup, you guys. I had been saving up for that trip to the beach, and I just haven't gotten a chance to replenish my makeup yet. And I've been working on a certain care package for a friend, and haven't really been focusing on getting myself anything recently other than my birthday, of course. You guys, I have not been able to read a book. Like, I bought those books from Barnes & Noble, and I haven't been able to read The only thing I want to do is study my Bible in the mornings and read my journal and my devotionals. For some reason, I have not been able to read a book in a while. I read The Sugar Queen again, and I was able to read that, but I don't know. I used to love to read, but then I also used reading as a crutch when I was with my ex. You never found me without a book when I went to work. Ever. You never found me without a book. I used to actually go to work early just to read my book. Especially the, and I can thank Jubilee Whispers for this, especially the Court of Thorns and Roses series. I gobbled that shit up like a Thanksgiving meal, you guys. I don't know if, as a growing Christian, if I'd be able to read them again because of how raunchy they are. I've been, I don't know what it is about being a growing Christian and just feeling like, you can't read certain things or you can't watch certain things without feeling icky, But that series is close to my heart. Very close, and I love it. So I'd probably be able to read it if I bought the series again. And I've already read it twice, so I love that series, you guys. I love that series. Another thing I've noticed, especially last night in my work gossip video, is how long my hair's gotten. That makes me so happy. Because, it even says in the Bible how your hair is your glory. And to cut it is like an abomination. So I have not, except that one time, and I wish I hadn't, when my hairdresser, poor thing, asked me if I would like my hair styled. And I said yes. And she put, what are they called? Layers in my hair. And she made it to where my hair is shorter in the front and longer in the back. Because in the back, you guys, it's below my shoulders, but you can't really tell. I haven't seen my hair this healthy in a really, really long time. And then this is what I usually do after I take my showers, which tomorrow morning my boss has already texted me. Get this, you guys. My boss, my assistant manager, called out sick for tomorrow. And let me just say this, you guys. And I don't wish this on anybody, okay? I do not wish this on her. I love my assistant manager. But she has been calling out sick a lot. And they look down on that. The company does, calling out a lot. And I was the first supervisor. Well, I'm already working tomorrow, but I was the first one that my boss texted to ask me if I would like to come in at 8 a.m. with her instead of 9 a.m. And that just made me feel so special, you guys. I don't know why. Like, I believe, like with the supervisor that I took her spot for, I believe God paved a way for me, so I got that job. And maybe that's why I want to be such a perfectionist and get my job done and done well, is that I do see myself growing in that company. I do. Yeah, are they hard on me sometimes? Yes, they are. But you know what? How are you supposed to grow if if how am I supposed to grow if my boss doesn't point out the mistakes I make along the way? You know? So, but as you guys know, I got this from Victoria's Secret on my vacation. Oh, I love this one. I always make sure to put smelly good stuff on. I told you guys in a past video that I used to be a smoker, and my coworkers would be like, Kelly, you smell like straight cigarettes. And ever since then, and ever since I left my ex, I cannot go one day. I have my deodorant in my purse, where some days, especially when I wake up early, I forget to put deodorant on, or I forget to, put smelly good stuff on. I have a perfume and a deodorant in my purse for that very reason. I do not like going to work or church without knowing that I smell good. Have you guys ever watched this movie called Return to Me with David, oh gosh, his last name is so hard to pronounce. David Duchovny, the guy from X-Files, and Minnie Driver, where his wife passes away in the beginning, and Minnie Driver character gets her heart, and the widow, the guy, and Minnie Driver end up falling in love. And oh gosh, you guys, I watched that movie for the first time when I was like 5 years old, and they don't make movies like that anymore. They do not make romantic movies like that anymore, you guys. And it just has such a great all-star cast. It has what is her name? I can't remember. It's just got a great all-star cast, and it's so romantic, but in the cleanest way possible. I can't stand romantic movies where they feel like there has to be like a love scene, or people swapping spit and tongue and stuff. I don't like stuff like that. Setting spray. Yeah, I don't like romantic movies like that anymore, you guys. Like, I can't stand it. Except for Bridgerton. That is the only Bridgerton. But there is a part in Return to Me where they're walking in this garden that Minnie Driver plants after she gets the new heart. Like, she gets all these qualities that his, dead wife had. Being creative and things like that. And there's a part where they're in the garden together, and he's asking her out, and the wind blows, and he was like, you smell so good. I just think that is the sweetest thing. I love that movie. That's a great movie for you guys to watch for Valentine's Day. Please. I think you can watch it for free on YouTube. It's just so good, you guys. Let's see if I can think of any other movies that I personally love to watch during Valentine's Day. The Goodbye Girl with Richard Dreyfuss and what's her face? I'm so bad with names. Richard Dreyfuss and the woman that played the mother on Drop Dead Fred. Can't remember. Love that movie. Return to Me. I love old romantic movies. I love The Unsinkable Molly Brown. I love 90s romantic movies. I love Never Been Kissed. I love. I was just watching 10 Things I Hate About You for the millionth time. Uh, oh man, Heath Ledger, you guys, well lost. Gosh, yeah. I don't have no plans for Valentine's Day, and I'm actually happy about that. I get to come home and watch all my favorite romantic movies, but then not have to worry about, breaking my back for a man, So, which, it wouldn't be so bad to be a wine and dine, but I'd much rather stay home and watch a romantic movie on Valentine's Day and eat chocolate, maybe drink a little wine, than to have to worry about, oh, is my husband or boyfriend going to get me anything for Valentine's Day? I think I got things for Valentine's Day one time, maybe twice in my marriage in 10 years. So, sometimes you gotta make yourself happy instead of waiting around for somebody that you believe is going to make you happy, But anyways, you guys, I am getting tired, so I'm going to end this video here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. What do you think? Is this too much for church? I don't think so. But remember, I actually gotta come home tomorrow. I get off at 4:30. Gotta come home, take a shower, blow dry my hair, all the stuff that I do before I go to church. Please don't. I've been feeling kind of guilty. I'm like, Kelly, that's the only reason you go to that church is because of David. No. Is he one of the reasons? Yes. But he is not the main reason. Like, that pastor, you guys, it's like he talks to me every single time. And like I told you guys a few days ago, I told him my story. I said, I just want you to know this so that you know what a difference your church has made in my life. And I told him my story. And he was like, what a testimony. He said, that makes me feel so good that, our church has become your church home. And everybody's just so sweet. And the pastor's wife's birthday is on February 15th. I already know that. And then they have what you call ladies conference on March 31st. March 21st and 22nd. You guys, please be praying I get these days off. It's a weekend. So I'm going to discuss it with my boss tomorrow. I'm giving her 2 months notice, but it's called a ladies conference. Getting Closer to God ladies conference. It lasts 2 days. From what I heard, it starts at nighttime. And then it starts Friday night, and it goes into Saturday morning with breakfast included, and lunch included. And oh my gosh, I know it's just going to be so amazing, and I want to be a part of it. So you guys, please, please, please be praying I get those days off. And then on March 30th, we're supposed to have like a religious comedian. You guys, I've never realized how funny religious comedians are. Like, I've been listening to religious comedians on Spirit FM, and they're actually really funny. So, but the most important is March 21st and 22nd. So you guys please be praying I get those days off. So, but anyways, you guys, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll be talking to you soon. Love you guys. Bye-bye.